Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel ABAP Genius. In today's video, we will be covering some other theory concepts which are required before getting into the practical session. So let's just started with the video. This is the first slide which we have earlier, and here we go. Data model simplification. So, what is data model simplification? What is the purpose of it, and why HANA has introduced this one? If we see in this picture, we have the first layer, whatever we have, this is the earlier version, and this is the S4 HANA new version. If you see here, we have lots of tables here. I can say we have for every if for sales area it is more than 20 tables, and for inventory more than 20, like we have multiple tables of data. So it will be very difficult as an use as a developer, as a person, to understand all those tables. If we have to fetch some data, we have to go to one table for getting some particular data. First, if we consider sales, we have VBAK, LIKP, like we have some the data whatever we have currently in one table, that is before segregated into multiple tables. In same way that is happening like MARD, MARC, MSCG. I think most of the tables now they are not existing. Same with the accounting, all these tables we have earlier. If we want to do some operations on that, we have to link the tables. What is the primary field and which table to what table we have to link. Those many complex operations we have to perform. But now, if you observe, these all things are very narrow down, and mostly it has become as one or two tables. For sales only, I think it is seven tables, but all the rest of the areas it has become to one or two tables. There is huge development in this one, like we will be able to fetch the data easily. If I want to get some accounting data, all the data will be in this AC doka and BKPF, and I can just fetch the data from these two tables. Earlier, it is not the case. We have to join all these tables like that it was before. Uh, Going to the next slide, this is somewhat abbreviation for the previous slide. So we have 26 aggregate tables. Now all the data is converted into a one single document table. So now aggregations are calculated and executed dynamically, and we have better performance because of this. And if you see, I have noted some key points also. It will reduce the storage obviously, and one thing is, as a developer, it will lead you confusion if we have these many tables, but now it is a single table and we can easily access the data. And we have no aggregate tables for no locking, and we have definitely high performance transactions. And if you notice, all the data will be executed in the background, like these legacy tables are becoming views and it will give the output, but we can't see in the as an user, it will be going through the background mode. And one more thing is user experience simplification. This is also a drastic change we can say. Before we have SAP ECC, which is a transaction based system, and where A single user has to do all the things, and we will be requiring many and many transactions. For everything, we have a transaction, and for every program, also, we have to go to multiple transactions and we have to do the things. But if you observe here, as part of our some key fields, if we observe in terms of duration, it is changed to half. In GUI, it was taking 2.25 minutes. In Fairy, it is taking only 1 minute 7 seconds. And number of clicks. If we are doing some creating a sales order or some other thing, you have to click on like that. We will be having some many clicks in GUI. But in terms of clicks, also, it is reduced to half. And screen changes. Yes, obviously in GUI we have to go to multiple transactions, so definitely the screen changes will be more. So it is 26 before, and if you see here, it is a single screen in Theory. It is a very drastic change. We can see 96% of reduction we have done in this HANA version, and we have to fill some fields data. In Java it is 9 and in Fury it is 3. In the future, Fury will be very helpful and all the users will like to it will have very user likely user experience, so I think it will replace the SCP GUI in the upcoming versions, I believe. And the next one is MVCC. So MVCC is multi-version concurrency control. In simple terms, we can say is if we are doing a write operation for a particular table and another user is reading the data from the table or something reading the data, it should not affect the reading, like it should not affect both the users. The reading whenever the user is reading the data, it should not affect their operation even another user is writing some data to that particular thing, and vice versa. That is how MVCC works, multi-version concurrency control. And this HANA database will have the ACID transactions. This ACID means atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Atomicity means if we take a online transactions, if we do a particular transaction, either it should be success or failure. It should not be in between. That stands for atomicity. If you are doing any particular transactions, it should be either successful or it should not be. It should not be in middle. Either it should update the database or it should fail, but not in the middle. And C for consistency, the data has to be consistent in the database, allowing the consistency of data in all the time. And I means isolation. So isolation allows you. So isolation means it should the transactions which we are doing, it should be executed independently. It should not interfere others ongoing transactions, so it will present prevents you from the conflicts on which you are executing the particular transaction. And D means durability. So if you are committing a transaction, the changes whatever we are doing, it should permanently update the database, and it has to be there even if there is a failure or if the system crashes. So this will make you help that the data is persistent and we can access the data after the system issues. So this is the use of the ACID transactions. The same thing it is mentioned in the slide. that it will allow you for long running retransaction and it won't block you update transaction even if you are in reading mode. So this is all about the MVCC. And next is the key change areas. So if we observe, these are the major changes what we have observed in our new S4 HANA. One is the BP related, one is output management, and this is related to financial. So in terms of BP, we have the BP transaction for viewing the BP and related customers. But now we have XK01 or XD01 which is replaced by BP, and we have the conversion programs which will be provided by SAP instead of creating our own for the migration purpose. This is for the business partner area. And if we go to the output management, earlier we have the NAST table for determining the outputs, where we will be storing the output type and assigning the program or some other things. But that NAST is replaced with BRF plus, and we have the support, like we the BRF plus can support print, email, fax, iDoc. All these things are supported by BRF plus now. So BRF plus is nothing but the I can say in smaller words a TVRVC type, but we have some rules and where we can get the data dynamically using BRF plus in our programs, and we have some decision tables and we can some apply some rules to that BRF plus. I will do a video on BRF plus and its usage, how it will look in your program. And this is related to financial closing cockpit. So we can now launch the web application now, and we can monitor the tasks which are in the multiple templates easily in a single within a single click or in a single click screen, I can say. And even for all these things, the old things are still there, but soon SAP will be vanishing all those things. Those things will be removed, and we have to start using these new ones which are released by SAP. So I think that's all, and we have just the benefits of HANA. These things are like whatever we have discussed before, those only. We have reporting, analysis, and application optimizations. And in case of system landscape, and we have a huge improvement in the deployment options. And as part of new user experience, we have many changes. All the things we have just explained in the before slides, these things are the main benefits. So I think we are done with the theory of S4 HANA and SAP database related things, HANA related. From next video, we will be starting with our practical sessions, and we will start creating our CDS views, and we will be using the string operators and many more things we have to do in the system. I think this video is useful to you. Please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And happy learning.